All right, it has now finished up our hole pickup, and what you'll see is our hole diameter. It measures it to be 117.8. It could be that I didn't have anything to really clean the start hole with. It's been sitting there for a while. I should have used a pipe cleaner and some diaphragm remover, but I didn't have one. So that's the best thing to use. All right. So now that I'm setting where I need to be, okay, I'm saying where I need to be, we're going to do a user position right here. And when we come to our user position, we actually will come in and set a measured position, because right now we're setting at 0, 0 in the center of the start hole. So I'm going to hit measured, and then come up here, and you see where P00 already has my initials out here. That's where I did it last. What we're going to do, we're going to hit X, Y, and then I'm going to hit store. And what you're going to see, these numbers are going to change. Right now you see the machine position. These numbers are going to change to that. So now you see machine position, those numbers save that. So now I've got this position saved where if I move away from it, I can come back to it, okay? We can go to position set, and I'm going to set my relative position to 0. So I'm going to hit X, Y, and input, and it will zero those out. So now I've got those all zeroed out, okay? I'm not really going to do anything with Z right there. It doesn't really matter right now. We're setting a ½ inch above the part anyway. So I do my X and Y, I've got that. Now, so I've got my relative position set, I've got a measured point saved, and basically I'm ready to go ahead and get set up to be able to start burning. All right, one of the main things that we have to do when we're doing milling machines, lathes, or whatever we've done in the past, we have to always know what our feed rate and our speed and all that kind of stuff is going to be. Now, the cool thing about this wire ADM, the settings are pretty complex, so we don't have to remember all that. The machine has got that in it, and it's going to be automated, but we do have to go make these settings, all right? So I'm going to step you through making those settings. I'm going to do that by going to AI set. All right, AI set. I think that stands for artificial intelligence. All right. So wire diameter is 10 thousandths brass wire. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to hit the down arrow to go through each one of these. If I need to change it, I will change it. But you can see 10 thousandths brass wire. I've got the option to go to 12, 10, 8, 6, or 4. You can hit any of those ones you want to set them, but since it's already 10 thousandths, I'm just going to hit the down arrow and go to the next one. All right, the next thing is we've got materials that we can do, and you've got a arrow over here to go to more materials. You see that you've got titanium, stainless, P20, aluminum, graphite, or D201, tungsten carbide, copper, and those are your options of what you can burn. We are doing D2 or A2. I can't remember. This is heat treated steel that we've already got in here. So we're just going to be D2, A2. And I picked that. And you know, the next thing we're going to do is come down to the next one. I'm going to do thickness. I measured our part a minute ago. The thickness of the part is 0.910. All right, and I'm going to hit input. All right, so now you see the thickness. That's important because it needs to know how fast to go according to how thick this part is. Next thing says retrieval of EDM data. You can do a one-cut speed or a one-cut accurate. It depends on what you're looking for. I'm going to do a one-cut speed. All right, and then I can go down to select EDM data. This EDM data, when we come in here, these are the different technologies that we can use. You can see right here that we've got nozzle distance of 8 thousandths. It says nozzle distance. So I need to choose between these two because that's what we got it set up as. And these are both standard cups and standard die guides. So I'm going to use either B1 or B2. All right. So I'm going to come over and I'm just going to use the more conservative on speed and use B2. All right. So once I've got that where I want it, I can just come down here and say set finish. And then after I do that, I have to say EDM register. And it says the data was transferred to memory. So at this point, excuse me, nobody's in here for me to cough on, so good social distancing here. But anyway, we've got this to where it's transferred over to memory. We're ready to go ahead and run. Okay. If I wanted to look at the EDM stuff, you could see for our 0 settings right here that I have D2, A2. It's got 1.6 there. That's actually not the one we're going to be using. I think we're actually using S1. It's not going to be S0. It's going to be S1. So if I wanted to go and look at that, I got to hit EDM change. Right here I am S0.91. We are using S0. It was just over here was the active settings for what we run last. So for S0, it's going to be D2A2 0.91, and we see that all checks out. Okay, and I can hit end there and get out. All right. So now I've